What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us for a movie entertainment edition of the Micro Mini Lightning Cast. And as always, I'm joined by my friend and fellow co-host.
This is Eric.
And Eric, my friend, it's a good time. We're getting into the summer months. Movies are about to come out.
Quick quiz of one question quiz here.
Okay.
What movie was the forerunner, the forefather of summer blockbusters?
I'm guessing it is Second Sight.
Second Sight. How did you know? Second Sight is one of the greatest movies ever made.
You want to know how I knew?
How?
Because I have Second Sight.
You have Second Sight. I think wasn't it Jaws?
I think it was. Yes.
Jaws was the kind of the movie that defined the summer blockbuster.
The summer blockbuster. Yeah, I mean, I think you are correct. I believe
awesome. Yes, that is. I think I'm right too. All right, let's continue.
All right, my friend. Well, as always, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes to bring you news about movies that we have looked up, and we're excited about some of these. And Eric, we have our friend, the guest star, Death Star. I'm putting 10 minutes on the clock. That's the sound you just heard is the sound that will tell you that we're done as I accidentally pressed the button to do the demo. But here we go in 3, 2, 1. Eric, that first story is a story about Gremlins. Do you remember the movie Gremlins?
Terrifying movie. If I remember correctly, it is considered a winter movie, right?
It is. It is. And then it was quickly followed up by a Gremlins 2. It had a little bit of a different tone to it. If you remember correctly, that's the one where the Gremlins sing New York, New York.
Okay.
There is a spider gremlin. There is Hulk Hogan's in that movie, breaking the fourth wall.
Okay, hold on. What I remember about the Gremlins was it scared me. What year did the first Gremlins come out? It was in the 80s. Didn't Gremlins isn't that why they created the rating system? Was that Gremlins?
You know what? I think you are correct.
Yeah.
I believe that is a very correct. By the way, the first Gremlins movie came out in 1984, but I believe you are correct. Yes, there was Well, it didn't create the rating system, but Spielberg suggested the motion picture alter its rating system, which it did within 2 months of the film's release.
Oh, okay. I just remembered ratings and Gremlins had some sort of, hand-in-hand thing. Along with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, also rated PG, Gremlins was one of 2 films in 1984 to influence the MPAA to create the PG-13 rating, with Red Dawn being the first film released in theaters that was given the new rating in August of 1984. Well, that's pretty neat to know. Yeah.
Well, my friend, there is, and this is exciting news, so I hope you're sitting down for it. There is a Gremlins 3 being worked on.
Gremlins 3. Here's my hope for that. I hope to see it, 1. 2, I hope the Gremlins are puppets and not CG.
Well, you'll be happy to know that is what is going to happen.
Fantastic.
Is that Gizmo, Mr. Zach Galligan, I don't really know. It says Gremlins 2 star Zach Galligan recently trying to start a fan campaign to drum interest in this long-awaited follow-up. He is saying that it is going to be, they've said that it's going to be Gizmo is going to be a puppet and not a CGI character. Christopher Columbus is coming back to write this movie.
Who?
Chris Columbus. He's written actually quite a few movies, my friend, that you might be familiar with. And I will get you those movies here a little bit later. But he is actually coming back to write this movie, and there is a suggestion or something he may have hinted at that this may be the end of Mr. Gizmo. Yeah.
Really?
Christopher Columbus is also known for doing the Home Alone movies.
Oh, really?
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Did he write?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, wow.
I guess he wrote the screenplays for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Dude, this dude is prolific. It's weird when you find a person in the industry that works on so many of the things that you've watched and you kind of like are attached to.
He wrote The Goonies.
What?
Let's see.
That's amazing.
Worked as a screenwriter for The Gremlins, The Goonies, Young Sherlock Holmes, Adventures in Babysitting. I'm sorry. These are ones that he directed. He directed Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, Harry Potter movies,
Really?
Percy Jackson.
I'll forgive him for that one.
Well, but nonetheless, he is coming back for this movie. It could see the end of Gizmo. You got to make the sacrifice.
You have to. He's a creature that creates demons, right?
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what they're saying, is that there's been a lot of people hurt because of Gizmo. The other thing is they're saying it almost has to be a reboot.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know if you ever saw Gremlins 2, but Gremlins 2 was kind of this weird offshoot, and I think it was done more for comedy. There's rumors, and I've never really heard anybody say for sure, but there's rumors that it was done that way because the studios were trying to dictate how to take the movie, and so this guy wrote it just to be a wacky movie because he didn't want to have to do what the studios said.
Yeah, we've seen writers and directors kind of do that kind of thing. Like we've talked about, like the way Angel ended and the way various other IPs have kind of handled their endings when they didn't want to do what the studio or some sort of production house wanted them to do. That's not new, but that's cool. I mean, I don't know if I'll see it. It kind of depends on how the storyline plays out, how interesting it sounds. If Gizmo dies, I'd actually be more apt to watch it.
Oh, maybe. All right, we need to move on, Eric. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the How You Train Your Dragon movies, but
I have.
They have released the name of the next movie. It's How You Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. And they've kind of released a synopsis of what the movie is going to be about. It says, as Hiccup fulfills his dream of creating a peaceful dragon utopia, toothless discovery of an untamed, elusive mate draws the Night Fury away. When danger mounts at home and Hiccup's reign as village chief is tested, both dragon and rider must make impossible decisions to save their kind.
I'm not interested at all. I tell you what ruined How to Train Your Dragon for me, which I have kids, so I've seen them. The TV series. It is not good. I don't enjoy it.
I've never seen the TV series.
I think it's ridiculous.
I wasn't a huge fan. While I enjoyed part one.
The first one is good. The second one's meh.
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't really.
The whole mom and big dragon and the big fight thing. It just escalated it too much.
But I mean, this is kind of, for those that are a fan of these movies, this is kind of a cool thing because this is supposed to be the one that ends it all.
I hope so.
According to this, it's supposed to explain why there's no more dragons and that sort of thing.
I'm sure they don't die. They get put in like their own world, a lost world. A lost world. Yeah, I mean, it's
kind of like a show that we watched as kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the name of the villains in Lost World?
I don't know. I don't remember.
World?
It's been so long since I've seen that show. But I mean, this is. I mean, I can probably tell you why there's no more dragons is because this is just a movie. It never really happened. But
oh yeah.
But I mean, people will be happy to know that they won't have to put up with the trash that is the television show anymore. They can.
I don't know. Hopefully, it ends off all of it. It is.
Oh, buddy, no. There's still money to be made.
Oh man.
Especially if this movie sells well, they'll have more money to be made.
I don't know if our listeners are anything like me, but I'm not into the movie scene very much anymore. Without the Marvel cinematic universe, I probably wouldn't even care about the movies really.
Well, you'll be happy to know that soon, Eric, which actually we're only a couple weeks away, the 9 days of we're doing this April 18th, but 9 days from now, the newest movie is the Infinity War does come out.
Yeah.
And it is on track. Records, the people that predict these things, Fandango has seen a huge uptick in ticket sales, but they're saying that this could be the all-time king for box office openings.
Well, I mean, look how well Black Panther did. It's almost number 3 now in domestic box office, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right, number 3, which is pretty good. Falls right behind Avatar.
I'm curious about what did it open as? I know,
like its opening week.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can find a stat on the opening week of Black Panther.
I know that according to Fandango, that at this time in Black Panther's cycle, that Infinity War has sold double the number of tickets that Black Panther had in its pre-release cycle here.
All right, opening weekend domestic for Black Panther was $202 million and a little bit of change.
Well, they are projecting that it will exceed that by quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's
clearly
saying the Marvel Epic's chance at reaching the latter film, or The Force Awakens, all-time opening weekend record of 247.97 million are increasingly possible based on current trends. So it could blow out of the water The Force Awakens, which had a huge opening.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Let's see what the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Let's see. Force Awakens opening was,
I think it's
247, almost $248 million, just shy by, I don't know, 40 grand. So, wow. I mean,
that's a lot of money. I could live off that money.
You could, if you should do that.
I should try. Well, Eric, this final story that I'm bringing to the people is one that I'm actually very excited about. One that
is this the one you teased to me right before we started?
I did. I told you this is going to be a surprise to you. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
Let me read the opening line to this, Eric. Every other 80s toy has its own film franchise. So why not M.A.S.K?
I don't know. Why not? It makes
After
complete sense.
All of it spun off its own video game and animated series, so why not a live-action follow-up? Sir, Paramount Pictures is ready to move forward, putting director F. Gary Gray in the seat, who's done The Fate of the Furious, Straight Outta Compton, at the helm to develop and direct a M.A.S.K movie. The 80s toy where they'd put the mask on, and they'd have the flying cars and everything.
Yeah, we have Venom.
Trying
to remember the acronym.
Vicious Evil Network of Mayhem.
Who is the leader of Venom. So,
Mobile Armored Strike Commando, or Command, is short for mask. Yeah. But my friend, what you have long dreamed for, this is finally happening. And Eric, they're not just planning a movie, they're planning a franchise.
Are you serious?
That's what it says.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. First thing I heard in there that I didn't actually know about was you said they have a video game. I did not know there was a M.A.S.K video game.
There is M.A.S.K video game. I didn't know about it either until I read this article.
All 3 M.A.S.K games were released for the ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, and the Amstrad CPZ formats. While the second and third games were also released for the M.S.X format, which I don't even know what that is.
Well, my friend.
Oh, it's one of those systems that had like a keyboard on it. Okay. Wow, I was like, no wonder I'd never heard of these. I was like, I don't know if I can find a emulator for this game.
I don't know, but
I feel like I need to play it. But that's amazing. I'm all for it. I love the M.A.S.K.
Well,
and I could talk about M.A.S.K all day and all night because not that I know everything about it, but I did enjoy it a lot
Eric,
as a child.
You know quite a bit about it because we did a whole episode.
What were those episodes called? Do you remember the name of them?
Those were I
almost said it.
What is it?
Viewctions.
Viewctions, yes.
View
God,
reactions was what it stood for, I think. No, was it view reactions? Video
something-
reactions.
Video reactions.
Yeah, Viewctions was a small series that we did that got it always happened to it got taken down all the time.
Yeah,
we had fun.
It got kind of old after a while.
Yeah.
So just quickly running through some things. We have some movies coming out this weekend. You have Super Troopers 2, which I'm not interested in.
I'm kind of interested in. I want to see the reviews of it. I like the first one. It's a bit cruder movie than I'm normally a part of, but they go to Canada and they're Mounties.
Oh, and this next one?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that is a great. Didn't Police Academy do that once? No, they went to Russia. That was like Police Academy 18 or something like that.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 police academies.
Yeah, something like that. There's also a movie coming out called I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I saw like a thing for it, like a short little clip or a picture. That's it.
A movie called Traffic, and I recognize...
Does that have Halle Berry in it?
Yes, I believe so. That looks like Halle Berry.
She's got a beautiful...
No, I'm sorry. That's Paula Patton.
Paula really?
Patton. The cover art does look a lot like Halle Berry-ish, but yeah.
It reminds me of like Monster.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. I mean, that is actually a very good comparison.
That's what it looks like.
So Paula Patton, Omar Epps, and honestly, those are, I'd say, the only movies that, I mean, there's something called Ghost Stories, Kodachrome, Duck Duck Goose, which looks terrible. It's an animated thing. Imitation Girl, Gauderman.
The rest of those I've never heard of. I've never heard of any of those.
There's a ton of other movies. Let's Kill Grandpa This Christmas. Why is that being
released now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds like a movie you released like after Halloween in November.
It sounds like a movie that probably got.
It probably was supposed to be released last year and it got delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed. After Auschwitz. That sounds like a real uplifting movie. Anyway, so that's your list of movies coming out. And of course, the following weekend you have Avengers Infinity War, and of course, like everybody else, who cares what else is coming out after with that. So
yeah, pretty much.
All right, Eric. Well, that's all we have time for, my friend. We're wrapping up another one. Anything you're excited about coming up?
No, not a bit. I'm not excited about anything. I think
really not even the M.A.S.K movies.
I'll be excited when I see like promotional material, so I know it's actually happened.
Okay.
I'm tired of getting my hopes up and then them being dashed.
Well, my friend, this is being reported on the MML, so guess what? It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Well, we appreciate you listening. And Eric, why don't you tell them where they can find us?
You can find us all over the big, beautiful web. You can find us first on every podcasting app. If you're not already using a podcasting app, just pick one out. You'll find us. We are on Spotify. We are on Alexa. Just say our name. Say, Alexa, play Pull Up a Chair podcast. And you know what we'll play? We will. You can find us all over the internet. Of course, like I said already, on YouTube, just type in Pull Up a Chair podcast. You can find us on Facebook. Type in Pull Up a Chair podcast. And last but not least, we have our own website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. Nick.
All right. We thank you for coming to us for your news, your entertainment news, the only news that you need. All other movies that other people report about, who cares?
What a waste.
Because we bring you the movies that matter.
Yes.
All right. That's what in the entertainment edition, that's what the MM stands for.
Movies that matter.
Movies that matter. All right. Thank you for listening and have yourself a great day.
Bye.